It's me and my board, once again doing a video snippet. I should probably not use the word board. I should probably say this is me and my stimulating visual aid as far as these video snippets go. So this is probably going to be the last video of this ilk this year. We're at the festive season and I have a sort of Christmas-ish jumper, Christmas-ish sweater on at the moment, and later on today I'll be giving my last lecture of the year, and we have our college Christmas party. So while I have some sense of sobriety, I thought I would tuck into getting one of these videos completed. And within the lecture that I'm giving today, it's the same lecture that I gave at the Royal Society of Medicine, talking about the evidence base to support self-hypnosis and an evidence-informed approach to and protocol with regards to self-hypnosis. And within there, I speak about the work of Walk and LaPlante, studies using self-hypnosis in an active alert fashion. And whenever I talk about active alert, it often raises some eyebrows because a lot of people believe and contend that hypnosis and relaxation are correlated. And it's really not the case. I wrote about this a couple of years ago in response to an article that was written on the subject of hypnosis, where the hypnotherapist and author of the article had written and conceptualized hypnosis as hypnosis is simply a state of being relaxed. And you know, on my courses, people know that very often I offer up a kind of glib joke, if you like, about the kind of hypnotherapists that throw whale music on, chuck a crochet blanket on somebody and suddenly start doing Hush FM DJ voice impressions, you know, in order to sort of relax someone deeply and profoundly, and thus hypnosis begins. And I don't think any of those things are wholly necessary, and it certainly shouldn't be obligatory as far as hypnosis sessions are concerned. I do want to say though, and it was an important point of mine, that I'm not poo-pooing relaxation. You know, there is a brigade out there that tend to poo-poo a little bit. Relaxotherapy, they refer to it as. There is absolutely a place for relaxation within what we do. Relaxation is incredibly important, got a really important and impressive evidence base to support it. There's more studies out there to support the benefits of relaxation than there are to support the benefits of hypnosis. Okay, so I'm not saying that relaxation isn't worth anything, because it absolutely is. It's incredibly important to us. What I'm talking about today is that the correlation between hypnosis and relaxation and the relationship that many people believe they have. So one of the things that I did want to say is that hypnosis, of course, can advance relaxation. I'm guessing that many of your clients, many clients of hypnotherapists and hypnosis professionals in general, have tended to find that hypnosis can advance the effects. The same way that hypnosis amplifies and magnifies so many other types of hypnotic phenomena, I think physical relaxation gets overlooked as a form of hypnotic phenomena, because it absolutely is. You know, when the hypnotic mindset is developed, it can advance relaxation levels incredibly profoundly. So they can work together really neatly. That's one thing for sure. Second major point today is that hypnosis, of course, then can be relaxing if it's conducted in a relaxing fashion. You know, whether that is that you affect a Hush FM DJ voice and punctuate every sentence with the words deeper and deeper and so on, or not, you know, however you do it, if it's conducted in a relaxing fashion and the aim of both the hypnotherapist and the recipient is to be relaxed, then of course it can be a relaxing experience, but it doesn't have to be, and the two are not dependent upon one another. So hypnosis is not the same as relaxation. The two are separate entities, absolutely. In fact, there are many studies that show that hypnosis can outperform relaxation in certain studies, and there are other studies whereby hypnosis advances relaxation, in particular with regards to the hypnotic desensitization types of processes that build upon the work of systematic desensitization in the field of CBT, for example. Hypnosis, however, does not require relaxation to be effective, and that's the reason that I cite Banyai and Hilgard's study in the 1970s, which Eva Banyai then went on to develop massively in the 1990s, and this study was replicated by James in the 1980s as well. And this is whereby a piece of research was conducted, first of all, whereby people were induced with hypnosis, induced into hypnosis whilst pedaling on stationary bicycles. So their heart rate was lifted and was elevated. Their metabolic rate was up, and so they would not derive benefits or suggestibility attached to relaxation, because there have been some authors, such as Edmonston in the 90s, for example, who suggested that relaxation would enhance suggestibility just as much as hypnosis. However, we're not talking about that here. We're talking about the fact that in the absence of relaxation, where relaxation would not offer any benefit, people can still be responsive to suggestions and to hypnosis. And in fact, inductions were done whilst people were on these stationary bicycles. Their heart rate was raised and elevated, so was their metabolism, and they were still responsive and receptive and making really good changes hypnotically and eliciting hypnotic phenomena. And this was replicated and carried on and built. Some of my own work, for example, with hypnosis for running, again, we're not physically relaxed when you're running a marathon, for example, yet you can still engage in self-hypnosis techniques and strategies and still be responsive to suggestions via heterohypnosis, even when in those circumstances and in those situations. And although our body is not necessarily physiologically relaxed in the same way that relaxation therapy would require it, there is actually still quite a lot of phenomenological common ground with things like self-hypnosis and running or endurance exercise, for example. Believe it or not, certainly mindsets are considered very similar by many authors. So hypnosis does not require relaxation for people to be responsive to suggestions. And what I think is good about this, it doesn't require us to be a certain way and to have to be relaxing and do that kind of relaxing thing. This is great news for our anxiety clients, for example, people that have perhaps a really firm belief that they are incapable of relaxing as a result of their anxiety disorder or their issue that they are presenting for therapy. And it means that we get an opportunity to say to that person, don't worry, you don't have to relax here. Because they might be thinking, well, hypnotherapy is not really going to be for me because I struggle to relax. And the very thing that they fear and they have an issue of, or an issue about, which is, I'm not going to go there because I'm going to be asked to relax and I can't relax. I struggle with relaxing. You know what, Mr. Anxiety Client, Mrs. Anxiety Client, you don't need to be relaxed. You can still be incredibly responsive to hypnosis and sit there and be alert and be active, in fact. So people can still be responsive to suggestions. The two are not correlated. One is not dependent upon each other. I think the key point, I'm not poo-pooing relaxation. There's a really important part for relaxation to play. But relaxation is not required in order to be hypnotized. And hypnosis is not a state of relaxation. Hypnosis is not dependent upon being relaxed, for example. This is great news as well as for anxiety clients, but for people with addictions, for example, and a wide number of other very useful applications. So that's that. That's all I was popping up to say today. I wish you all a Merry New Year. That's my favourite festive phrase from the film Trading Places, where when Eddie Murphy dresses up and steps onto the train and says that. I wish you and your loved ones a thoroughly wonderful festive season. Best wishes. Goodbye for now.